Hi, I'm Lorena. I'm a spiritual life coach and breathwork teacher, and my primary focus is on Neville Goddard's teachings. And I'm here to help you change your state of being and recreate your reality. So, today I would like to talk about reframing your circumstances. And what I mean by that is how you can use your circumstances to work in your favor rather than against you. Because truly, circumstances do not matter. They're completely irrelevant. So let's start with why they don't matter and why they are not relevant. Of course, everything that's happening to you in the physical is absolutely valid, and your experience that comes along with that, your emotions that go along with that, are absolutely 100% valid. Do not deny yourself your experience. The reason circumstances don't matter is this: your perception of your circumstances is always entirely up to you. Nothing inherently means anything. No situation, no circumstance, nothing means anything aside from the meaning that you give it. In a recent video, I spoke about revision, and you can check that out in the description box below, because that's all about how you can change your perception of your past and how you can actually revise and rewrite your past to work in your favor. But it's also possible to keep your past as it is and to use it productively, to turn your seeming weaknesses into strengths, to turn every obstacle that appears as an obstacle to you into an opportunity. Because a circumstance is just a circumstance. A situation is just a situation. Nothing that ever happened in your life, regardless of how dreadful it might have been, has to hold you back. It does not define your future. Even if it happened a million times, even if it's been a recurring pattern over and over again, it does not mean that the same thing is going to happen tomorrow, unless you assume it does, unless you give it that power over you. Circumstances don't have power over your life. You do. So you don't have to deny your trauma or your negative experiences. You don't have to ignore your reality. That's often too difficult, because what's happening around us is happening around us, and it feels very real for us. What happened in the past happened in the past, and it feels very, very real for us. But you can always make the conscious choice not to take that into the future with you. Often when we desperately want to let go of the past and we want to forget all about it, we're operating from fear. The issue then is that it's still somewhere in your subconscious, so you're still taking it with you, and it's still gonna outpicture if you don't deal with it. So I suggest, instead of trying to deny what's happened, instead of working against it, work with it. Use it in your favor. There's a great quote by Peter Crone. I think he adapted it from The Matrix. The first time I heard it, I was like, yes, that's profound. He always says, what happened happened, and it couldn't have happened any other way, because it didn't. When I first heard that, it really hit somewhere deep within me, because it's so true. What happened happened. So often we are fighting our past, we are fighting what's happening in our reality, when really there's nothing to fight. It's inherently meaningless. It's just a circumstance. It doesn't mean that you like the thing that happened in the past. If that was something awful, that was something awful, and that's valid. But it's okay that it happened, because it simply happened. But what you have power over is changing your perception of it. How you treat that thing that happened, the narrative you have around it, that is in your power, and that is also what can help you manifest a better future. So let's take some scenarios, some circumstances, or some assumptions, and flip them, not to change what happened, but to turn any perceived weakness into a strength, any perceived obstacle into an opportunity. I actually did a TikTok on this. I'm linking my TikTok below if you want to follow me there. But let's say you've always struggled with money in the past. You never had enough. Rather than dwelling on that and making it mean that you can't make money in the future, tell yourself that it's good that you had this experience. Because you had this experience, you know what it means to be grateful. You know what it means to appreciate every single penny. You know how to appreciate what you have, how to truly be grateful for abundance. And you wouldn't have had this opportunity if you didn't have this experience in the past of not having enough. Next example, let's say there's a relationship that's not work the way you wanted it to go. Let's say you've always had arguments with this person, always falling out with this person, when really that's not what you want, when really you want a harmonious, beautiful, loving relationship. Reframe that. Be grateful for the experience. Be grateful for the arguments. Maybe it's helped you grow stronger. Maybe it's helped you bond. Maybe it's helped you understand each other better. Maybe it even improved your connection. Maybe the reason you've had so many arguments is because there is so much love in this relationship. Let's take another relationship example. Maybe you perceive yourself as codependent, as needy, as attached to somebody, craving approval and validation. Those are usually qualities that are perceived as very negative. If that's you, again, I encourage you to reframe that. Maybe you just have a big, open, beautiful heart. Maybe you just love to love. Maybe you just have so much love to give and you want the same in return because you deserve it. It's not a bad thing. And also, as the last example, if you have dealt with a lot of pain and hurt and trauma and grief in your life, pat yourself on the back. I'm proud of you. You're a warrior. Congratulations on making it through it. Regardless of what circumstances you've encountered on your way, what happened in your past, what desires you have, what you feel like you're lacking, remind yourself that every step on your journey has been beneficial ultimately, even if it hasn't felt that way in that moment. At the end of the day, everything you experience is kind of part of a bridge of incidents. Every decision you make leads you somewhere new. Every circumstance you experience leads you somewhere new. And even if that doesn't feel good in the moment, it leads you where you need to be. Every situation in your life led you exactly here, to this very moment. The same is true for current circumstances. The same is true for what's happening in your life at the moment. Even the things that feel unpleasant, they are a part of your journey. Feel the feelings that come with it. Don't push anything aside. Don't minimize anything. It's okay to feel all of it, but remind yourself that it serves a purpose. And you're still on the journey. You're still witnessing the unfolding. You've just not seen the end of it yet. Every circumstance is inherently neutral, and you have the power to define your perception of it. So make it something good. I would love for you to share some more examples in the comments below of how you reframe your circumstances. If you're interested in coaching, you can jump on a free call with me and we can just have a chat and see if it's for you. The link is in the description below, and there's also a breathwork session again soon, so you can find information about that below as well. I love you lots, and I'll see you soon.